Hello everyone and welcome to Seagulls TV for another team selection video brought to you by Billy's Cakes. It's round 7 of the VFL and we head down the highway to face Geelong this week at Simonds Stadium on Saturday. And missing from this week's video is football manager Chris Dixon, who was over in Bali, so we wish him all the best over there and look forward to having him back next week. Now, last week was obviously a great win over the top of Coburg, getting us back on the winners list in Captain Ben Jolly's 200th game. It was a great performance by our skipper, who kicked 2 opening quarter goals, something that doesn't happen too often. So it was great for the club to get over the line in a really important game for the club in such a tight VFL season. There were some great performances on the day, with youngster Michael Gibbons probably playing his best game in the blue and gold, kicking a couple of goals and having a hand in plenty of others. Sam Donnell was also dominant up forward, kicking 4 goals. Now let's run through the side to face Geelong out at Simonds Stadium on Saturday. Unfortunately, there's been a couple of forced changes due to injury, so Scotty Clouston comes out of the side after suffering a leg injury in last week's game, as well as Cameron Lockwood, who sustained a slight concussion during the game and is also set to miss. So we've got Simon Deary coming in for his first game of the season after some terrific development league form, so it'll be great to have him in for his first senior VFL game of the year. And we've also got Ash DeChiro, who makes his VFL senior debut after kicking 5 goals in the development league last week. So he'll come in as the 23rd man, and I know the club is really excited to see what he can produce out there at Simonds Stadium on Saturday. Last week was obviously Ben Jolly's 200th game, and there's another milestone this week with youngster Jack Charleston playing his 50th for the club. It was also set to be Cameron Lockwood's 100th game, but he has just fallen short from playing this week after copying a knock last week against Coburg. So his 100th game will be held over for another week, but best of luck to Jack Charleston playing his 50th this week. He's been one of the club's most improved players over the past few years and has really cemented himself into the defence into our senior side. So all the best, Jack. Simonds Stadium has been somewhat of a happy hunting ground for the club in recent times, with obviously the Foxtel Cup Grand Final being played there, and obviously we got over the line that day, so we're hoping for a similar result this week against Geelong. Geelong themselves really pushed Port Melbourne last week, and not a side to be taken lightly in any case, so it's set to be a really enthralling battle down there at Simonds Stadium. And we urge all supporters to get out there and support us. We've got our supporters bus running from Seagull's Nest down to Geelong. That'll be leaving at 10 a.m. and it's a $15 round trip, so make sure you jump aboard and get down and support us in what's another really important clash, given how close the VFL table is at this stage of the season. That wraps up our team selection video for this week. We look forward to getting Chris back, our football manager, for next week's edition, but until then, thanks very much for tuning in, and we'll see you out there Saturday at Simonds Stadium in Geelong.